Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be picking my TBR again, sort of. I've discussed this in my wrap up with all the books that I did not start or some that I did start that I was supposed to finish, which this one was for the romance category. And I have just started using a TBR jar. So I only had I had two rules. I had a reward if I read all the books that I was assigned to read, and I had a punishment if I did not finish all the books that I assigned to myself to read, because it's just a game, and I feel like gamifying my reading will actually motivate me to win the game. So here we go. But now I'm trying to think about what to do in terms of the books that I did not get to. I think I'm just going to move them on to the TBR. So Heated Rivalry was for the romance prompt. The Haunting of Maddie Clare was for the booktuber favorite prompt. And Dungeon Crawler Carl was for this prompt. And Vampires of El Norte was for this prompt. So we're just gonna say we're moving. I still do actively want to read all four of those books, obviously. I just had to figure out a way to sit down and read an actual book and actually get through it. I have taken up several, I've been coloring and listening to audiobooks. So, but again, I'm like listening to audiobooks that aren't the required reading. So I need to pick a book based off of me not finishing all the books that I assigned myself to read last month. I need to punish myself and read a book that I am not excited about. So I was looking over here because this is where I have my whole TBR shelf. And actually I do have a way to do this. Hold on. So these four books are all books that I purchased at a local bookstore. However, they are all, to my knowledge, I know very little about them. They were actually all recommended to me by the bookseller. And I did say I usually read a lot of like sci-fi fantasy stuff. So I believe some of these things are speculative in some way. I don't know that this one is. I feel like this one, from what I have seen, is just, it's not that I'm not excited. I obviously purchased the books, so I am not against the idea of reading them, but these are not like hyped basic bitch books in a way. So I am curious. I'm gonna read all these synopsi real quick. So I think I'm drawn to one of these two, and I think I'm going to pick this one because it is much shorter, and also this is on the back of the book compared to King Kong, Edgar Allan Poe, the films of David Lynch, Beauty and the Beast, and The Wizard of Oz, as well as E.T. So I'm just very interested. Also, the synopsis itself intrigues me, so I do think I will give this a go. This is just out of my wheelhouse, if you will. So that is the official. That is already 5 books on my TBR for the month. And last month when I did the jar, I said I was only going to pull 5 because I felt like I hadn't read anything at all. And I did actually technically only read like 3 books in April. So, and they were, again, none of the books I said I was going to read. Well, one of them was. One of the 5 was. So now I'm trying to decide, should I pull more prompts from the jar or should I just leave it as it is? But I want something. This should be easy to finish because I'm already 95 pages into the book. So these other 3 I have not even started. I think I'm just gonna pull one more. I think just pulling one more will be sufficient. I think that will give us 6 books, and I think I can read 6 books in a month. I think that is something that I can do. Okay, I want to, literally, I just want to, such an odd sound. Okay, I don't know if that actually makes anything up or not, but I'm also gonna just look. I'm not gonna not look and just pull a random thing. See, this is funny because this is legitimately the one prompt that I don't think that I need, because this is a genre that I'm always reaching for. However, maybe the reason I'm not reading is because I'm burnt out on what I always read, which is fantasy. This is what I just drew. Here you go. There's the proof. That's the card that I pulled from the jar. And here we go. So I do think I am going to attempt to narrow down. Also, I'm going to do this. Wait, okay. I'm going to... Oh, also, the ones that I did not complete were not available to draw because I just think that'd be boring, especially because I said I'm going to just move them into the next month. And I'm going to do... Okay, even though I already have a bookmark, which is the tabs I'm using, I also literally took the green little smaller romance tag that is what I pulled from the jar last month. I put it in here also, and now I'm gonna again, there's no other romance I want to read more than this anyways at the moment. So there you go. So officially on my TBR are these two, and I do have several fantasy books on my TBR shelf. So I'm just going to literally pick one book. I'm also going to put these back on the shelf. So I'll be right back in hardly any seconds for you because of editing. Hold on. Okay, I have decided on the fantasy book that I hope to actually read. We'll see. It's Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim, which is romantic fantasy. I'm not sure if it's, you know what, I've never actually read the synopsis of this. I just go off of people recommending stuff all the time. I don't even look into stuff. Maybe I should, actually read the blurbs on the back of the books and then use that to determine what I should read. I think that's what most people do. I mean, I know some people are guided by hype online and stuff, but maybe if I actually read what this says, it would help me determine if I should or should not read it. I don't know. What a concept. A Tailor in Disguise. Although I feel like I remember seeing when this came out, people were like, oh, the blurb makes it seem like it's about one thing, but it's actually about something else, which is a whole other conversation. But let me just read what this says. I'm not going to read it. I'll read it to myself and then I will summarize it even further for you. I really bought this because of the cover also, this edition because of the cover. So I am going to, again, possibly use this as a bookmark. We'll see what I'm going to do, but I like having some sort of physical resemblance. I mean, I have not been I need to get through my physical TBR person. I buy books that much because I use the library so much, but it's I did spend money on these books, so I feel like I should know if I want them in my collection or not. So yeah, I'm going to read these 3 plus 4 others. I'm totally gonna do that. And you know what? These two, I don't have to wait on I own this, I own that, and I own the book. I own it through Libro FM. This one that I picked, I will actually, let's see. Let's just see if it's on Libby. I feel like I already put a hold on it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I did put a hold on it and it said it was a 4-week hold. I think that was a week or 2 ago. So ideally I will be able to read it this month. But I do feel like because I super slacked off in April that I'm gonna cut this video off and get straight into the book. I'm gonna hit the books immediately. So I will leave my Instagram, Goodreads, and TikTok in the description for you to check out if you would like. Otherwise, have a great day. Bye.